Hello, and welcome back to COM 252. In Chapter 3, we learn more about the perception of ourself and others. As you may notice in Chapter 3, the field of communication studies draws quite a bit on important concepts from psychology. In this video, I will focus on the Johari window, becoming more self-aware, how we form impressions of others, and how we can increase our accuracy in the impressions that we form. The Johari window poses that we have 4 selves. First is our open self, and this is all the things that you know about you. For example, I know that I love coffee, and I prefer the company of kind people. Second is our blind self, and this refers to all the things that others know about you, but you don't. For example, in my own life, people I've become friends with have told me that they thought I was a bitch when we first met. I had no idea why anyone would think this. I'm a really nice person. It wasn't until I asked why a friend thought this did I realize that I'm afflicted with resting bitch face. Since then, I've tried to better manage impressions by smiling a little bit more and also practicing a more open posture. The third self is our hidden self, and this is all the things that you know about you, but you don't want others to know. For example, a lot of first-year college students don't really talk about how homesick they are during their first year. Finally, we have the unknown self, and these are truths that you and others don't know. This self is something that is only revealed through techniques like hypnosis. So, how can we become more self-aware? I've got a few steps from your text that may be helpful. First, ask yourself about yourself, and this means really thinking reflexively. In this class, we'll take a lot of self-inventories, such as the self-esteem inventory, to learn a little bit more about ourselves, and that way we can think more critically about our own communication. Second, listen to others. Like I said, some of my friends informed me about my resting bitch face problem. I had no idea, so other people can give us critical insights into ourselves. Make sure that you're actively seeking information about yourself. Engage in perception checking often to make sure that you're on the right track. Next, see your different selves. There's a video in this week's module about impression management that gives you an idea about how we change selves for different interactions. Finally, increase your open self. Self-disclosure is how we develop and maintain our interpersonal relationships, so we'll revisit this concept often in this course. Now that we've talked about how to become more self-aware, let's talk about how we even form impressions of others. There are a few theories about how. First is personality theory. This theory poses that there's this system of rules that tell us what characteristics should go together. The theory says that these rules lead to what's called the halo effect and also the reverse halo effect. The halo effect happens when we believe that, hey, this person has some positive qualities, and we automatically attach more positive qualities to that person. Research tells us that people who are more attractive are often perceived to have other positive qualities as well, such as charm and intelligence. Conversely, the reverse halo effect is when you believe that a person has negative qualities, and then you subsequently attach other negative qualities to that person as well. The old adage, "you see what you want to see," has merit. Perceptual actuation is when we see what we expect or want to see. For example, you see people who you like as better looking as those that you don't like. The primacy-recency effect is also important for impression formation. This happens when we deliberately use timing of our disclosure to reach some sort of goal. For example, if I want to let my crush know that I'm available, I'll probably find a roundabout way to mention that I'm single early on in the conversation. Consistency refers to how we maintain balance among our perceptions and attitudes. For example, we expect people that we like to like us back, and we also expect people that we dislike to dislike us back as well. Finally, impression formation may be impacted by attribution of control. This refers to when we assign positive or negative attributes to a person based on what we perceive to be their own situational control. Check out the video, What is Fundamental Attribution Error, to learn more. So how can we increase the accuracy of the impressions that we form? First, we can analyze our impressions. So think critically about why you like or dislike certain people. Second, we should recognize our own role in perception. Watch the video about perception in this week's module to learn more. Next, make sure that you avoid making early conclusions. First impressions aren't always accurate. Next, make sure that you engage in perception checking. Talk to other people about that argument you had with your significant other. They may see something that you don't. Make sure that you describe what you see and hear. We'll talk more about using behavioral language, effective listening, and effective responding in future chapters. Seek confirmation. Make sure you ask, did my partner and I reach a mutual understanding? Next, make sure that you reduce your own uncertainty by observing others and asking questions. Finally, make sure that you work to increase your own cultural sensitivity. We learned a lot about culture in Chapter 2, so make sure to apply those principles as you are thinking about the impressions that you have of others. Be sure to check out the other videos in this module helping to explain important concepts from Chapter 3. I'll see y'all next time.